So finally, my daughter and I decided to do a trip to Korea in the autumn season. Um, Korea in October, I heard, is really good because the weather is much better than when it's summer. So we started our trip in Vancouver. So we did a trip from Toronto to Vancouver, and actually we flew in the nighttime just to get it on with. So I'm showing you a picture or a video of the Vancouver airport. There's a lot of art, uh, sculptures and stuff at the airport. They're very good in displaying Canadian culture and creativity. So it's a very nice layout. The airport in Vancouver, as you know, is surrounded by waters. So this is a clear depiction of a lot of the sea animals that you can find in Vancouver. So you see the colorful corals and fish. They're all swimming. And as you can see, there's starfish there too. It's very calming, actually. Guys, here's a very interesting part. You see that gray, huge fish over there? It's very interesting. That's why I took a video of it. But I have no clue what type of species that is. There's actually starfish here too. You could see they're kind of like grayish blue on the right side. So we waited for the morning and we decided to go to the lounge. And I am here having my cup of coffee. I cannot start a day without coffee, to be honest. I'm having a cappuccino. Here's a view of the lounge. There's not a lot of people, actually. There's very few people around because it's really early. I think this was taken around 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. So as you can see, there's still a lot of empty chairs. But this is a good start for our trip. I had a little snooze here because we waited at the airport overnight. We're starting to board at the airplane, and I'm very excited because we were able to snag some business class seats. It's always really nice to, travel when you're in business class because it's a 14-hour flight and it's gonna be super relaxing. I really need to have some proper rest because before we start our trip. So here we are entering and trying to find our seats. So I'm sitting in seat 7D. I decided to watch a couple of movies and took a snooze. So guys, this is a Dreamliner. It's a Boeing Dreamliner plane. So I'll say goodnight for now. So I decided to get a Wi-Fi that is portable. It's a Wi-Fi gadget that is portable. You can take it anywhere you want. So here's just a preview of the Incheon airport. So we arrived in Myeongdong. We are actually staying in Myeongdong, and as you can see, I have here a lot of street foods that is right before me. It's absolutely crazy. So here are some fish cakes that we opted to try, and Actually, there's a very interesting story about that churros, but I'll tell you in another day. So there's the Myeongdong Theater on the right side, and there's a lot of clothing that you could find here that is super good price. So those are your Supreme knockoffs. They're good quality, to be fair, and the price is really good. So we're having dinner, and there's this Solongtang place in Myeongdong which serves really good Solongtang. So our order arrived. So here we got the ox bone broth called Solongtang, and there's the kimchi pancake that my daughter opted for. So it comes in a stone pot or stone bowl. Now, here's our day one of our trip. I always go to this lady for my breakfast. So here's Myeongdong in the morning when there's not a lot of people around still. And I love her omelette. And I have here a coffee from GS25. So GS25 is like 7-Eleven. And here is how that omelette looks like in the inside. So there's ham, vegetable, egg omelette. We decided to walk around Myeongdong in the morning. So this was like probably around 8 a.m. And it's always really good to walk around when there's still not a lot of people. But the downside is you cannot buy anything because everything is still closed. So what we did here was we tried to capture all the places that we wanted to go to, and if we want to buy something at night, we will do that. So here's the Aquariums Perma restaurant, a random restaurant in Myeongdong. As you can see, everything is super fresh. They're still alive, actually. You could see they're all still moving, probably sleeping. I don't know. But there's an abundance of seafood here in the area. And there's me and my daughter.
Oh, sorry. I'm here.
Trying to capture. It's so hard to capture ourselves because you don't know where the video camera is. So we're like, okay, let's just try to capture ourselves. And you can see there's nobody around the town. It's just the two of us. No, I'm joking. There's some people, but probably they don't care. So my daughter decided to go to this recording records shop. So here are some of the display of the records where they were signed by super famous K-pop artists. I know a few, but I don't know everybody. So if you got any questions, just comment down below and I'll let my daughter answer to you guys because I might have not a clue on each and every one of them. So that's BTS, and I'm not sure who this is. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's your money.
So here's the records shop. There's tons of albums to look at, and as you can see, there are plenty, which is really nice. It looks like a library actually. I miss the times when, okay, so this is Blackpink. So apparently Blackpink here is very famous, and they're very nicely designed. You can see how much that price is. I heard the prices were reasonable, so my daughter is trying to hoard some of the albums of the groups that she likes. And there's BTS. This whole section is actually full of BTS records. Is this new? So to continue our adventure on our day, we decided to go to SM Entertainment. So that's where a lot of groups from SM are contracted with. So example is NCT 127. I actually didn't know that group first, but my daughter super loves them, so I was kind of like familiar already after her introduction of the group to me. And they had their concert here in Toronto last year, and they were pretty good. They're actually good groups, a good set of very young artists. So here we are in Gangnam. We decided to take a cab. It was a pretty bad idea because I didn't realize SM was a little far from Myeongdong, so the cab fare is still reasonable, but it was more than what I've anticipated to pay for. So I was like, okay, when we're going back to Myeongdong or to the hotel, we will take the bus. So here we are having a great view of Gangnam. Gangnam is actually like their business area.
I'm gonna ask. I wanna know.
So we arrived at COEX Starfield complex, and we were surprised to know that there was actually a concert. It was called a Gangnam K-pop concert or something. So there's a lot of people queuing up to get tickets. We were actually thinking, should we queue up for a ticket? The concert is happening in the evening. However, you need to be there for the entire day. So we were like, we only have 48 hours in Korea. We cannot waste our one full day just for the concert. So we decided to move on and do what we were supposed to do and what we planned to do. So here's a variety of stuff that you could find in SM Town cafeteria. Or I think this is the cafeteria floor, not the museum.
Look.
And I was enjoying taking videos of all the merchandise until one of the crew approached me and told me that I cannot be recording anything at the floor. So I was like, all right. So here's a very nice candy depiction, and the prices are a little steep for me. They're a little more than what I'm ready to pay for, but I guess if you are a huge fan of these guys, then money is not a question at all. So here are kind of like the display that you can find in the cafeteria. There's a lot of mementos here and signed merchandise. Some of them were actually just for display purposes only, like you cannot buy them. So here you could find all the pastries and drinks and desserts and sweets that you could think of. So they got macarons, they got cupcakes, cakes, and everything that you could think about. So a lot of them are actually designed with photos of your favorite boy groups or girl groups, anything that is managed by SM. So that's the museum shop wherein you could get photos if you want. And then I believe this is where I was told to stop recording. Anyway, we went upstairs and there's a theater floor where you could actually watch concert videos and other videos. So you can see there's a theater schedule and there's a lot of fans who are in this floor. You could hear some random cheering, some random screaming whenever the boys are like being shown, especially those who are fans of whoever's on TV or on screen. And look at that. These are like human life-size 3D sculptures. And these are like probably a little smaller versions. And here you could do a matching game with whoever you think is gonna match with you. Oh my god, look at their hands. A lot of them are tiny hands, especially the girls. It's really crazy compared to my hand. So now we decided to move on and we went to this COEX library in Starfield Mall. It's very interesting to see a lot of books. I've always wanted to know how people could actually reach the books on the very top shelves. So that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna show you our day 2 on the next video. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, there's more here.